It is clear that fundamental elements of our society are pathologically child-hating, and if we are to address this, we need to understand it effectively. So we need the concept of childism. Like racism and sexism, childism is the systematic and systemic oppression of children. If it is not abundantly obvious to you that capitalist society hates children, you need to get your head checked. Healthy children, free from abuse and exploitation, provide nothing to capitalism. They are entirely dependent. They are an expense that must be mitigated until those children are old enough to be exploited as members of the workforce. Though obviously throughout history this issue has been remediated by exploiting children at any age. We may have laws to prevent this now, but the fundamental drives to exploit children, to abuse and oppress children, remain. Here's the important bit. This is something that we have all experienced. All of us have been children and have been at the receiving end of that hatred. That systemic disregard and disrespect of our developing humanity. The care of children in modern society is an afterthought, if it is considered at all. As a result of this setup, children's genuine need for care is often met with disregard, disdain, and aggression. Children's emotional needs are antithetical to the drives of capitalism. This means that you, as a child, in your attempts to meet your fundamental emotional needs, are met with hostility and unpredictability. Your need for care makes you vulnerable, and you begin to internalize the existing power structure in order to be able to better survive it. You have now internalized the voice of your abuser, whether that is a direct abuser or the indirect abuse of a cultural system that hates you. You thereby develop a model of reality where needs, vulnerability, and emotionality are met with contempt, and are fully deserving of that contempt. You learn that you deserved that contempt, and that all other children ever expressing their needs, their vulnerability, or their emotionality are deserving of contempt. Now, unfortunately, you have become the abuser. For some, this may mean the direct abuse of children, but for most, it will be more subtle. It'll be a general disregard and disdain towards children. And now, when you are faced with the stimuli that produced your own trauma, such as the dependence of a child, it activates this entire pathological structure, and you respond to that child as you were responded to. Because if you weren't allowed to express yourself, if you weren't allowed to have those needs, why should they be allowed to? The child is now seen as an embodiment of your own unbearable vulnerability. This is not the exact same structure that produces sexual abusers of children, but it is one of the things that allows people like that to get away with it, over and over again.